There was a young woman who loved art from a very early age. She loved drawing, painting, and creating images with her hands, even though she knew she was not the best. When she studied human anatomy, others were more precise. When she painted landscapes, others were faster. And when she worked with color, many people around her seemed more natural. She understood this early in her life, and although it was difficult to accept, she slowly realized that she did not have a natural talent. Still, she kept drawing, because art was not something she wanted to win at, it was something she needed. As she grew older and continued studying art, comparison became part of her daily life. In her classes, she saw people who drew effortlessly and painted with confidence. Their work impressed teachers quickly, and praise seemed to come easily to them. She admired those artists, but at the same time, she compared herself constantly. Many times, she looked at her own drawings and wondered why things felt so difficult for her, while others seemed to understand everything so easily. Even so, she never stopped painting. Since childhood, she had developed one habit that stayed with her. She showed up every single day. One day, after many years of learning and practicing, she made a decision that scared her. She decided to apply to the Moscow Art Academy, one of the most respected art academies in the world. Every year, students from many countries applied, and the competition was intense. There were very few places available. For every single place, there were almost 100 applicants from different nationalities. The entrance exam was famous for being extremely difficult, and many people told her honestly that it was almost impossible to succeed without natural talent. She listened to those words, and fear followed her for a while. Still, the dream did not leave her. After thinking deeply, she made a quiet but powerful choice. She decided to dedicate one full year of her life to preparation. Not a few months, not when she had time, one full year, every day. During that year, discipline became her foundation. She studied human anatomy carefully and practiced perspective again and again. She learned how light behaves, how colors interact, and how composition can guide emotion. She painted landscapes, bodies, and abstract ideas, always trying to communicate something deeper. Many days were frustrating, and some paintings failed completely. However, instead of quitting, she learned from every mistake. Slowly, day after day, discipline began to shape her skills. There were moments when exhaustion took over. At night, her hands hurt, her eyes felt heavy, and doubt filled her thoughts. She wondered if she was wasting her time, or if all this effort would ever be enough. She knew she was still not the best, and sometimes that truth hurt deeply. But at the same time, she noticed something else. She was stronger than before. Even when doubt appeared, it no longer controlled her. Month after month, her work began to change. Her lines became cleaner, her colors more intentional, and her compositions more expressive. She learned how to create emotion, how to provoke reaction, and how to tell a story through an image. Without realizing it, she had developed a talent. Not a natural one, but a cultivated one. Discipline had slowly turned effort into ability, and ability into confidence. For the first time, she trusted her process. When the day of the entrance exam arrived, she felt nervous, but she was also calm. The exam lasted 5 hours, during which each candidate had to create a single artwork capable of expressing emotion, technique, and artistic identity. Around her, there were applicants from many countries, some extremely skilled and confident. Still, she focused on her work. She trusted what she had built during that year of discipline, and she followed her process, step by step. When the exam ended, she was exhausted. Weeks later, the results were published. She searched the list slowly, without expectations, until she found her name. She had passed. There was no applause, no announcement, and no celebration. Yet in that quiet moment, she understood the value of what she had achieved. She stood still and smiled, knowing that her effort had finally spoken for her. That day, she understood something deeply important. She was not the most talented, and she was not the fastest learner, but she was disciplined, and discipline had built her talent step by step. What she achieved was not luck. It was the result of showing up every day, even when progress was slow and invisible. This story is not only about art, it is about persistence. If you feel that you are not the best, if you don't feel naturally talented, or if your progress feels slow, remember this story. Talent can be developed, confidence can be built, and discipline can change your life. You don't need to be the best, you just need to keep going.